Hello, my fabulous Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn family. Happy Thursday to you all, each and every one of you. I'm gonna go, oops, make sure I click this little thing here off. There we go. All right. Okay. Got all my people. We all in place here. So, with that being said, I wanted to come on and I wanted to talk about hello, fabulous. Hey, oh my gosh, boo, boo. Happy Thursday. Miss you. You're gonna live a long time because I just finished. I just said when I finish with this that I was gonna call you. And then there you go. Hey. So with that being said, my fabulous peeps, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. I wanted to talk about marriage and money, right? And all it's not all because I'm not going to give you a full-fledged hello fabulous happy Thursday. I'm not giving you a full-fledged, but just something to think about if you're considering, especially as it relates to business as well. Oops, something I'm trying to give a little, just keep going. So I say, hey, bless, welcome. Everything wants to go off at the same time. Let's get out of this. Yeah. So, anyways, so I just wanted to just kind of share with you some of the things to just be mindful for when it comes to, I was talking about starting a home-based business and making sure that your financial house is built right and tight. And if you don't know those 9 things that you need to have in place in order that your financial, and I like to say financial mansion. Why do I like to say financial mansion? Because God is bigger than anything that we can ever ask, think, or imagine. And God has a way of putting thoughts and ideas in our minds, not for them to stay there, but for us to execute them. And so when we realize how big God is, we get to the point that nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible, right? When you make a decision, nothing is impossible. And so I just want to encourage you with that. But I just want to talk about just a couple of things as relates to marriage and money. Thanks for the love, marriage and money. And what those things, but as I said, the financial mansion first. And so the foundation of any mansion. Hello, fabulous. There you go. Whew, there you go. All right, there we go. Blessed and highly favored. It was not allowing me to do it. Now it did. So building the financial house, and I'll talk about the marriage, is that the foundation is income protection, hashtag life insurance. I know sometimes we don't want to talk about that because it's uncomfortable, or we feel like, oh my gosh, somebody's still trying to kill me. And I thought that at one point because I didn't understand it, but now I understand what it does, that money doesn't stop just with me, right? But it just helps my family to be protected no matter the different stage because life does happen. But the other thing too is that there are living benefits to it, right? Heaven forbid, person comes diagnosed with an illness, they can have access to a pot of money, right? Become disabled, have access, well, actually can have their premium paid for, right? And so those are just some of the things, right? Some living benefits as relates to life benefits, right? The thereafter, where you're sending money from heaven. But when you come to having this foundation, because we know we want to have a strong foundation when it comes to building financial house, but we also have we're putting the walls, we put the roof up and protecting everything that's in there. And so how do you protect everything that's in there? With estate planning. That's a will, a trust, a power of attorney. That's how you protect those things. I know we hear this so much now. You have to have a trust, but start with the will, okay? Because the trust does take a while to put into effect, but start with a will. At least start with something, okay? And it doesn't take a whole lot to start with it. You can actually start a will with just less than $30, actually, and have an attorney in your back pocket. Just saying, okay? Those little things. So now the foundation, as we talked about, we put the walls of the protection. What are the different levels of your mansion, right? Or if you want to say different rooms, depending on how you visualize your mansion. Maybe you want it to be a ranch style where you're not having any stairs. Maybe you want to have some stairs, whatever the case may be. Your vision of how you see your mansions to be. And so the next level is emergency fund, having that emergency fund because life happens, right? And what type of vehicles you can put it into, some type of money market, some type of savings that's going to give you a rate of return. and that you can easily access the money as well. That's the importance of having the emergency fund. Then you have before the emergency, right? Knowing your budget, knowing your numbers. Okay, what's going in, what's coming out, and this goes for your business as well. And I'm going to talk about that in a second as well. But knowing your numbers, what's going in, what's going out, and I can tell you, it is always an amazing when I meet with my clients and I do their as a complimentary, customized financial game plan, just like if you're going to. Well, I'm a licensed financial rep, but if you were going to someone and you had to pay for it, you could pay for a couple of $100s, right? But this is something that our company offers as a complimentary because we want people to get started, right? And to understand that it's not intimidating, but it just empowers them. And so what this is allow you to know your numbers. But the other wonderful thing that also happens is this. Okay, you become in control and not your money controlling you. In order to become financially independent, in order to achieve the life that you want, design the life that you want, you have to be in control and not it controlling you, not any circumstance or situation controlling you. And once you know your numbers, you are in control. Then you can make sound, proper decisions. Okay, things that you thought about, you've prayed about, and you wonder about. Now you can say, okay, this is how I can accomplish these things because now you have a game plan, right? That's what wealthy people do. They have a financial game plan, they have a financial coach, and they have a financial education. And being a teacher, Melanie, right? That's what I love to do. I love educating and helping people to become empowered. Because once that happens, the learning doesn't stop with you. Now you can pass this information on, this legacy on to your children, your children's children, your grandchildren. How powerful that is. But as you're having this level now, knowing your numbers with your budget, you're setting up an emergency fund in some type of money market, some type of market that's going to give you a rate of return more than just a traditional savings account of less than 1%, right? Because once again, money needs to be working for you because it is a tool. Remember that money is a tool, my fabulous families. Okay. Then as you have that next level or the next room that you have in your mansion, you next have your short term, okay? Your short term investments, right? That's now maybe you have a goal, maybe a goal of between 3 to 5 years, and you want to put it in something that's going to help you to achieve that goal, right? As your money is working, okay? Because money is a tool. Let me tell you something. Once I got to this realization and to see how money starts to working, right? And it's compounding, not just on the new money that goes in each and every month, but on the whole pot. Girls, my friend, it is so powerful. It is so powerful. That's why it's like you all have to get in on this. You really, really have to get in on this now and don't just save, but invest as well. And it doesn't take a whole lot to start, but you do need to start. Okay. So now we have our short term. Then the next level is our long term, right? That could be, your retirement. This is what wealth is starting to build because now money's not ending with you. Can I say that? Did I say that again? I'm saying it one more time. Money should not end with you, right? Each generation should not have to start over. Each generation should not have to start over. And we don't have to do that anymore, guys. How awesome is that? We don't have to do that anymore. Then on top of that, listen to this. Custodial planning. Do you know that your children can graduate from college debt-free? That's a novel idea, right? They can, and start their life on the right foot instead of having this boatload of student loan debt where they're having a mortgage payment without a house. That always is that just blew my mind when, don't get me wrong now, I'm not, because I had student loan debt too. I remember my 45,000, and I tell you, we were so aggressive in paying that thing off. Let me tell you, right? And so the other thing too, if that's the plan for God's life for your children to go to college, if they have to work their way to school because they didn't get a scholarship, guess what? It is okay. They don't have to finish in 4 years. If it takes a little bit longer, it is okay because you are allowing them to win sooner than later. They do not have to graduate with student loan debt. Hashtag no student loan debt, okay? Or very little that within a couple of years it can be gone. I'm not advocating, for it because I understand that. Can you imagine, even if you're putting in a forbearance, each and every month it's still compounding. It's still, that's the bad side of the compounding, right? It's still getting interest every single month on that. every single month. My gosh. Then on top of that, with a custodial planning, right, there's different types of investment that you can do for your children. An UTMA or an UGMA, they're very similar, right? They're just different and depending on the state, because some states may not necessarily do UTMAs or in UGMAs. It all depends where you are to determine what's going to be the best fit for you. And the other thing too, if your child does not desire, right, or you can't see them, maybe going to college, having an UTMA or an UGMA could be an option that you can utilize, right, as you're helping to build up their investment. They can still have money they can use for, if they decide they can go to college, or if they decide they want to start a business or buy a house, whatever, they already have something access to, okay, with an UTMA or an UGMA. And then when they become of age, that money belongs to them, as opposed to a college funding, a 529 plan, or a covered out. Hey, fabulous! The money belongs to, still belongs to the parent or the guardian, okay? And you don't have to be related to have opened up any of these accounts, okay, as well. The other thing too for children is a custodial Roth IRA. Yes, you say for teacher Melon, that's a retirement plan. Yes, right? Which leads me to another thing, is that if your children have businesses, right, now they can contribute to a custodial Roth IRA, so money there, so they're start on their retirement sooner than later. And the other wonderful thing about it is that they can still use that money as meant to buy a house, for school, right? Because there's more leniency when it comes to IRAs, okay? Not and not traditional IRAs, okay? Not traditional IRAs, Roth IRAs. Okay, there's a difference. Traditional, it's different than in a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA has more leniency and benefits, and you don't have to do a mandatory distribution with that. That's just some of the little nuggets. So the other thing now in this beautiful emphasis, the next level or next wing, is debt, right? And actually, it's not even a wing, because that's the smoke, right? Because we want to get off that debt, right? Because it's smoking out the house. But to help pay off those debts, right? Having some type of business or something that you can have another stream of income outside of a dream funder, right? Outside of your nine to five. Now, why do you want to have some type of business? Okay, particularly I always talk about home-based business, because it's about starting, is because you can have the ability to have so many things written off that you could not have if you're just having your 9 to 5. And if you're like, well, I need some more guidance on that. Listen, I know somebody. I know a good bookkeeper. He's on here. My Maya bookkeeping services, definitely want to connect with her as relates to just bookkeeping services, taxes, or information that you want to know. But one thing about it is that having a home-based business is essential to your wealth. Why? Because now you can write off a portion of your mortgage or a portion of your rent, your cell phone, utilities. If you've done some improvement to your house, a portion of that equipment that you have bought, even if you haven't started your business, but you had the intent of it, you still can write these things off. If you did any type of coaching, you paid for some education as relates to your business. Now you can write those things off. The way you travel, okay, you're no longer traveling for personal, you're traveling some business. Okay, and you can add some personal in on that, but now that whole travel becomes a business. Maybe you're doing a retreat. Now that retreat is a business. So there's just another way to live life, right? It's nothing personal, but you're living life with like a business. You're running your life like a business. So now you can really have access to all the different home-based business or benefits, let me say, as a business as well. That's why it's so powerful when you actually understand how the money game is. And this is part of the money game, right? What I'm showing you in building your financial mansion right in time, this is part of the money game. But in order for you to win the money game, you have to know how to play the money game, and you have to be in the money game effectively, efficiently, and making sound decisions, right? Because when it comes to financial literacy, right, you don't make emotional decisions, right? You make mathematical decisions. That's why when you're investing in what have you, it's not like, oh gosh, my thing is going down. I'm worried. No, you're just like, oh, okay, how do I do this? You view it as an opportunity. You view it as an opportunity that now you can have more ownership. Right now, you can have more things because at the end of the day, it allows you to be in the game, right? It allows you to get together more because now things are on sale. This is the power that it has when it comes. So I wanted to share these quick little tips real quick because I've had some questions. Can if my spouse and I both have a business and we're running it into the same place, can we still be able to get all those benefits? Separate, and it's just like, yes you can, because they're separate entities. Okay, yes you can, yes you can't, right? And so when you put yourself in the, you've got to check your, you can't hear. Okay, there we go. I'm not sure what happened. Check your volume. Did mine go out? If you can hear me, give me an emoji or something to say, I can hear you, a smile face, a heart, something that you can say that you can hear. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for that. Somebody can hear me. Woo woo woo. Woo 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 woo. Okay. So as it relates to just the, hey, okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you, fabulous. Appreciate you. So as I was saying about different entities, if you have a business that you can have a multi. Oh, really? I don't know what's going on. Unable to hear me now. All right. I'm not sure why it keeps. Okay, I'm gonna put it up this way. Oh, I'm all sparkly now. Look at that, sparkling like a shiny light. Um, Still can't hear. All right, we got to figure out what's going on here because that's crazy. Okay, thank you. I can hear. Sorry, my peeps on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube. Something is going on with this. Still can't hear. What's going on? Okay, I may have to come in. Okay, let me see if I come in and come out. Hold on 1 second before I do that. Mm-mm. Okay, 1 second, my fabulous peeps. Let's come back in. Very first thing I'm gonna do. Okay, let's come back in here. Let's come back on this. When you're on multiple devices, I want to make the time work for. Oh, now it's stuck. Well, needless to say. Oh, here we go. I think. Mm-mm. Well, anyways, I don't want to hold you up all on YouTube until I can get reconnected back on Instagram. So needless to say, so I wanted to just kind of share a couple of things. As I said, I started out with marriage and money and building your financial mansion, right? And the other thing I wanted to share with you are just 5 keys to keep the money moon alive. Okay, five things to keep the money moon alive as you're navigating this life. And it's actually it'll probably end up being 6, really, to be honest with you. And it's because number 5. Number 1 is I talked about just a few minutes ago, but creating a budget that both of you can live on. Now, this is a thing. I'm of the belief that I believe that people need to enjoy the different stages of life and not wait until retirement, right? Because one thing about it, retirement is not an age, it's a number, right? And so that number needs to be where you can still live the life that you want, design the life that you want, right? And still enjoy the different stages of life. right? Because there's so many different stages, right? There's the stages where it's just for the first stage when it's just you and God, right? Then the next stage, if you do, if that's a plan, or if you are, it's you, your spouse, right, your husband, and then your husband or your wife, and then of course God, most importantly. Then there's a next level where you have it's you, it's your husband, now it's your children, and then most importantly is God, right? And all these different stages. And so how do you enjoy those different stages and not live a life like this? I can't do anything. And that is important of creating a budget, right, as a couple. And now sometimes it can be uncomfortable, right, depending on your different backgrounds that you may have, having that conversation with each other just because of the unknown, or maybe feeling like, okay, this person may think, my credit cards, whatever the case may be, having that conversation, right? And just to kind of help you allocate, just to get started, 30% should be goes towards between 30 to 20% towards your wants, 50% towards your needs, right? Those are things that your living essentials that have to happen. The 30% is your flexible spending, and then 20% to savings, at least, just to kind of get things started. Now, those things can adjust as time progresses, right? As life changes and what have you. But this is going to be part of building your, financial. As I already talked about being in control, but this is like being in control as a couple, right? Where you have that, you can continue to have that honeymoon, right? But not have the money moon, right? Because we're on the same page. And I can attest to you from experience, being married, where those conversations with my husband and myself did not have about money, and we were kind of doing our own thing. Rough, right? But when we had that conversation, even though it was uncomfortable initially, right? And I was on the offense of things. But when we got on the same page as far as how we were working towards our different goals, we were able to accomplish so much more faster on top of that when we're on the same page. Then you want to learn the do's and the don'ts of debts, right? Because there is good debt and bad debt. Now, good debt is when you are using it to leverage an opportunity that's going to make you more money. I don't believe that you shouldn't cut up all your credit cards. No, the reality is that you can still leverage those credit cards if it's bringing you to a place where it's bringing you more money, right? You don't do it if it's bringing you to a place of you're just buying things that have no value to impress people, or you think that it makes you feel good, and then you have remorse, and then that bill comes in and you're like, oh my gosh, why did I buy that? No, that's a don't. But I totally believe, right, that credit there, you can leverage it, right? Especially when you have a good relationship with money on top of that, right? And then number 3 is save for a rainy day. And I talked about that already, right? Emergency, short term, children's education, depending on that, retirement. But also, not only that, but just save just to have the ability to enjoy life, right? Enjoy life. I am such an advocate of that, more so than ever, because it's saddened when people work how many years and they say, "Oh, I can't wait till I retire," and then they want to they decide they want to travel, but really can't travel, right? Because either now they're sick, or they can't, their bodies can't move as freely as they want, or just like waiting for that time to come and can enjoy, or they end up passing. That's why I'm believing, enjoy the journey now and enjoy every bit of it, every different stages, the good, the bad, the ugly. Enjoy every single stage of it, because at the end of the day, you only have one life, and you want to live it well and not live it with no regrets. So, like I said, enjoy that journey. Enjoy the journey, right? But in order for you to enjoy the journey, You have to be in control of your money. You have to think outside of the box. You have to have um, multiple streams. And when I say multiple streams, I don't mean you should go out there and start several different businesses, right? Especially starting out. But what I mean is that within one business, you can have multiple streams in that one business. That's something when I do teach a client coaching program with people and helping them to start their home-based business, right? Or even helping to improve their home-based business as well, is to help them to identify areas where in that one business you can have multiple, so you're not all over the place in that one business, multiple streams. And really focus on how you show up in the business, what resources that are free out there to even get you started, yeah, to even get you to even get you started, depending on what your experience is, your industry, what's your desire, what's your passion is, or you're just like, I'm interested in this field, how can I make money in it, all of that I do with my coaching clients as well, which I'm about to start a new group coming up soon. So just stay tuned. Stay tuned. If that's something that you're interested in, make sure you reach out to me as well. That's going to be starting in May. I'm finishing up this last set next week, and then in May, which is crazy. Actually, May 12th is going to be my launch for that set of group, and I have this the group coaching, and I have an individual one, but it's about starting. It's really about starting. So I help you to navigate on different things that are out there, resources that are free, or you pay very, very little to be able to start whatever industry that you're in. How awesome is that, right? But needless to say, so we talked about the saving and investing. Let me say that saving and investing, that is important. I cannot say one without the other. It is essential. Which also leads me now to you plan for tomorrow today, but you enjoy today as you look forward to tomorrow, right? Because you're looking for that each day is something exciting, right? You get up with a mindset that you can choose to be like, okay, it's another day, or it's another, how to say, it's another dollar, another 50 cents, or you can choose like, you know what, it's another day for me to make a decision on how I can live my life better, how I can truly design the life that I want. And that's where I really work with my clients and helping them with their mindset, that you don't have to stay with you are, especially if you have a desire, right? You don't have to stay there. You have to be there, for a little bit. But if you desire more for yourself and your family and truly want to design the life that you want, this is a time. This is a time. This is a time, and you don't have to do it alone, and you don't have to figure things out, right? That's where I love, where I can help people to navigate and not have to figure life out or figure things out in the process, right? And the other thing too, get your financial snapshot, right? That's why I talked about the financial game plan. So you can see where you are and how you can be able to really start that business, or start that investment, or to be able to really, really put yourself in the position. Because a lot of times I start with people with where they are. When they say, I don't have any money, I was like, don't worry, I'm gonna find it for you. I'm gonna help you find it. Okay. And not put you in a I can't do anything, I can't enjoy. No, I'm going to help you to find it so you can relax. You can enjoy life a lot more, because now you're in control, right? You're not having to, I got to go out there and make it because I got to have this. So, just like, I don't have to. I want to, right? But I'm doing this because it's now putting in a position that I'm going to have more how I want it, right? That's going to help me to generate that income, that lifestyle, how I want it, because I've put things in place accordingly. This is where it creates a win-win, right? Right. You know that song. Every time I win, no matter what. So now you're winning. Now you are winning. Now you are winning, and you are winning strong, right? So I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions and you're looking to be able to create a customized game plan, or start a home-based business, or you're just looking to teach your money, I don't know what I want to start, but I know I want to learn the money game. And maybe you're just like, I want to be able to help others too, and be able to make money from that as well. Connect with me. So I want you to go to teachermelanie.com. And when you go there, go ahead and book do a complimentary 15 minutes, right? This is to help to gather some information, see where you are, what your goals and dreams are, what you want to be accomplish, and then get to go from there. Okay, that's the first part, and then we navigate to see how I can best suit you, and if we are a good fit, right? Because I don't accept everybody, because not everybody is willing to make that commitment and dedication. But if you're willing to make the commitment and dedication and want to get to the next level for yourself and your family, then I'm definitely committed to helping you to get to the next level. So, with that being said, my fabulous peeps, go ahead. When you also go to Teacher Melanie, go ahead and follow me on my other social media platforms, right? Subscribe, like, share, whatever, all that wonderful thing. I dropped a podcast yesterday, okay, a new podcast. So if you haven't heard that, and it's talking about cashing in from home with the top 10 profitable home-based businesses in the financial service industry. How awesome is that? So go ahead and listen to that episode and just binge on the other episodes that are there, right? So you can find me on Apple, you can find me on Google Podcasts, on Overcast, on Pocket Cast, on Radio Public, right? On Shopify, on Copy RS. I am there, right? And of course, on my other social media platforms. So with that being said, my fabulous peeps, hope you got some information. So make sure you share this information. You follow with me as I continue to drop some nuggets and help you and your family to get to the next level, so you can design the life that you want. Because one thing about it, as a licensed financial rep, I do everything from the womb to the tomb. How awesome is that? Right? So you have to go to 10 different places. Okay? Just going to teach you Melanie. Okay? Melanie Warren. All right, my fabulous peeps. So like I always say, remember to pray, plan, and believe, because God is still in the business of doing miracles. Make it a great day. Bye.